Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to the fellow panel. Today I will be presenting my final year project proposal, which is titled Design of Hospital Equipment, the Multiple Angle Bisector Rain Holder. My name is Aqil Azaim Bin Ramlee and my supervisor is Professor MADYA TS Dr. No FAZLI MANAN. Firstly, I would like to talk about the background study for this project. So for this project, as the title has stated, we'll be focusing on the design of hospital equipments. As we have seen nowadays, we cannot live without hospital equipments, and that is because medical equipments have become a miraculous life-saving engineering marvel among society. Nonetheless, we rarely think about the designing process for the hospital equipments. So for hospital equipments, there are a combination of multiple sectors. The sectors involved in is the engineering disciplines, the government regulatory agencies, and independent certification and compliance companies. In radiography, the earliest discovery for medical equipment was found by Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen. So Wilhelm in 1895 accidentally produced an image casting from a cathode ray generator. This discovery shook the medical world and reached multiple medical practitioners around the world, including a dentist from America called Charles Edmund Kells. Charles Edmund Kells is widely known as one of the first few people to develop dental radiography equipment in the dentistry industry. Charles Edmund Kells is also the individual responsible for creating the film holder instrument, which is still being used until today. Now I will begin talking about the problem statement for this project. As we all know now, radiography is widely used in the medical world and is very important. It is used to determine the state of a disease and also the condition of the patient. In dental radiography, there are two techniques that are used when scanning for the tooth and its roots into a peripellical film. Those two techniques are the bisecting technique and also the paralleling technique, which I will touch on later on. So for the multiple angle bisector ring holder, there is also a prototype designed, built and tested by Nick Amirul Khalid. But according to his research, he has found that the developed multiple angle bisector ring holder needs more improvement before release to the consumers. Thus, this study would like to review and analyze the prototype and further improve the design of the prototype to enhance the experience using it for both medical practitioners and also patients. Several objectives have been set so that a goal can be created for this project. So the first one is to study and utilize the design process to create a new design for hospital equipments, to design the best modification to the bisector ring holder to improve the prototype, and also to provide a bisector ring holder that can help ease the dental industry. So when it comes to the scope of the project, there are three things that I have identified. First one is to create and improve the current design of the film holder used for dental radiography. This is because the current design of the film holder is very limited and causes multiple repetitions for medical practitioners and also causes some pain to the patients. So the second one is to provide medical practitioners with a more convenient way of conducting the paralleling and bisecting angle techniques. This is because the current design for the film holder requires the medical practitioners to use different tools for the film holders to conduct different techniques, which is a hassle. And the third one is to provide a patient with a design that can further improve their comfort, as there are multiple reports of discomfort during the process of using the film holder. Now I will be talking about the limitations for this project. So there are several limitations that have been identified for this project. The first one is that the design of the film holder will be using CAD modeling software CATIA V5. This is because CATIA V5 is capable of designing a working CAD model and also run simulations to run stresses on the product and the design of the product. So the second one is the sizes of the oral cavity can differ between patients, thus providing a challenge in designing an accurate design. Several data must be gathered so that an accurate design can be produced. So the third one is the fabrication process will be using 3D printing, thus we are required to use the 3D printer at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering in Shah Alam. Now we will go to the literature review for this project. So the first topic that I will be focusing on for literature review is the history of dental radiography equipment. In History of Dental Radiography Equipment, Martinez B states that dental radiography imaging started off in the late 1890s after a dentist by the name of Charles Edmund Kells attended a presentation by Professor Brown Arias on X-rays. This proves that Charles Edmund Kells was one of the first few dentists to develop dental radiography equipments. Langland states that Kels was also involved in designing the tools for oral radiograph such as the film holding device, which is still being used until today in dental radiography. Paramifar states that radiographic imaging is an important part of primary diagnosis for endodontic treatment. This proves that dental radiography equipment is important into providing a diagnosis for the patients. Kels also states that his film holder design was using materials that are highly permeable such as aluminium and rubber to provide a clear image. This next part of the literature review will focus on the topic of the techniques used in dental radiography. In techniques used in dental radiography, Karamifar states that the dimension measured on the films are influenced by the radiographic technique used. In dental radiography, there are two techniques that are used when it comes to the process, which is the paralleling technique and also the bisecting angle technique. As seen on the figure on the right, the top figure is the paralleling technique, while the bottom figure is the bisecting angle technique. Weiner also states that to achieve the best results, some teeth either use the paralleling technique or the bisecting technique, which shows that different methods are required for different types of people, and it depends on the type of teeth that they have. Weiner later gave an elaboration on the paralleling technique, which is paralleling technique is a radiographic technique in which the X-ray beam is directed to the teeth of the patient perpendicularly and is the method that is chosen as the method of choice by clinical practice. Rao KD states that bisecting angle technique, on the other hand, is a technique that utilizes the Zeszkinski's rule, which is a rule that states two triangles are equal when they share a complete side and have two equal angles. From these researches, we have found that different techniques are required to conduct different methods for different teeth. Thus, a device that is capable of conducting both techniques are very important, as it reduces the need for multiple tools for medical practitioners. Now I will explain about the methodology that I am planning to use for this project. So this project, I have decided to use the engineering design process and also the anthropometric data from mouth cavity from previous researches. So the engineering design process is a very helpful process that helps me identifying any problems for this project and also to implement any improvements at the later stages. So it is very vital for me to follow every step because it will help me in creating a product that is fully functioning by the end of this project. The anthropometric data is data for the mouth cavity that is conducted by previous researchers. This is vital information as it is to create an accurate design for this project. Without the anthropometric data, it is very impossible to create a product that can satisfy the customer satisfaction because every person has different mouth sizes. Thus, we will need to create a design that is optimal for each size. At the end of this project, there are several results that are expected from this project. So the first one is the dental radiography sector will take a huge step forward into a brighter future. This is because medical practitioners will no longer need multiple devices to conduct multiple techniques and will need less repetitions to get an accurate data during the process. The next one is patients will also be able to undergo the process with more comfort and less pain. This is because we have made a goal to create a design that further enhances the patient comfort during the process. And the last one is an improved design of the multiple angle bisector holder is created. So this is the anthropometric data that we have gathered for this project from previous researchers. So by using this data, an accurate dimension of the mouth cavity can be obtained and will be used in the designing process. This figure is the current design created by Nick Amirul Khalid in his research. So this design of the multiple angle bisector ring holder is capable of conducting multiple techniques. So this design is not capable of changing into different angles. So for this project, the aim is to create a design that can change angles easily by the end of this project. So this is the project schedule for this project. So currently we are in week 14 of this planning. So currently we are still on time for this project and hopefully by the end of this project, a fully functioning product can be created. That is all for me for my proposal presentation. Please feel free to contact me on phone or on email for any questions. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.